Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. Today we have got a huge announcement coming out of Nvidia concerning their first ever consumer level VOLTA-based graphics card in the form of the Titan V. Up until now, we've only had the Tesla V100 out there for workstations and servers with an extremely high price tag. But thankfully, the new Titan V comes in at a cool, comfortable, and most of all, affordable $3,000. And yes, I am using sarcasm there because this is an obscenely priced graphics card, but thankfully Nvidia is not marketing this as a gaming card at all. I know it's a long-running joke that the Titan graphics cards, they say they're not gaming cards, but they're really gaming cards, like wink wink, we nudge nudge. We kind of know it's a gaming card and you're just charging $1,200 for it for doing you the fucking favor. So $3,000 on this, I have no doubt in my mind that some gamers will go out and buy this. But Nvidia really are not marketing this to gamers. They've removed the GeForce branding. However, the driver utilization for this will come directly from the GeForce package, so nothing different changing there as far as drivers are concerned. They actually just pushed out a new driver in the past 24 hours, which is 388.59, which mentions some bugs reporting for G-Sync already on the Titan VOLTA graphics card. So the thing is not even one day off the presses, and we've already got buggy drivers on Titan VOLTA trying to pair it up with G-Sync. You would think if you spent $3,000 on an Nvidia graphics card, it'd kind of work with one of their keystone marketing features like G-Sync. I don't know, I like to nitpick like that. But for $3,000, what are you getting on this card? As far as the design of it is concerned, pretty much identical to what we've seen on Founders Edition cards, the Titan X Little P, the 1080 right here that I'm holding in my hand. Really just the main difference is that it says Titan V up at the top, and it's got kind of a copper or sort of bronzish color as opposed to the silver one here or the black on the previous Titan X Pascal cards. So a little bit of a different look, a whole lot of a different price, $3,000 compared to $1,200 to what they had previously. As far as the specs are concerned, they've got up to 5,120 CUDA cores here from 3,840. That is 33% more CUDA cores, so that is a massive improvement over the previous Titan XP graphics card. As far as, it's also got tensor cores. This is one of the big things that they are pushing a lot are the tensor cores because this is used for the deep learning matrix arithmetic. This is what is going to make this a card that is going to be more suited for compute and machine learning and not necessarily designed for gaming. For that, I really wouldn't advise anyone go out and buy this card. I'll just sit here and I'll be waiting for Titan Ti or 2080 Ti, which will be a slightly shaved down version of this and probably come in at around $700 or $800 whenever that comes out at some point next year. But for now, at least we got to look at, what kind of specs we can kind of expect Nvidia to be shaving off from for a few VOLTA graphics cards, so that's always nice. They did also cut this down to only 12 gigabytes of HBM2. On the Tesla V100s, they had 16 gigabytes, so this is going to be 12 gigabytes. But HBM2 nonetheless, will they keep the HBM2 is going to be a question certainly going ahead in the future when they do eventually introduce the actual consumer level graphics cards for gamers. The GTX 2080 or whatever they end up naming it, the 1180. I don't know what they're going to name these frickin' things. But whenever they become available, I'm not sure if they're going to keep the HBM2 because of the high cost of it, or if they're going to switch to something like GDDR6 or maybe DDR5X on some of the lower price SKUs like the 2070 and 2060 if they go that whole naming route again. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they do as far as the memory is concerned. The memory bandwidth on this Titan VOLTA graphics card has a memory bandwidth of 653 gigabytes per second compared to the 547 gigabytes per second on the Titan X Little P card. So huge gains in terms of memory bandwidth going from DDR5X to HBM2. The bus bandwidth as well, 3072-bit memory bus compared to 384-bit. That is really what you're getting there with HBM2, and hopefully that's going to be really good for compute applications, which is really what this is being, kind of aimed for. I did think it was kind of interesting that the clock speeds on this are a little bit lower than what we saw on the Titan X Pascal cards. The boost clock on this is only 1455 megahertz, while the Titan X Little P was 1582 megahertz. So I'm expecting these to overclock decently well, at least comparable to Pascal. So hopefully these can get up around, 1900 to 2 gigahertz, maybe on a really good bin GPU. Or eventual aftermarket cards way down the road. Maybe they'll get those a little bit higher because the core clock stuff might not be as important for the compute level things, so that they might just kind of save that for the gaming level cards. So gaming level cards might have fewer CUDA cores, higher clock speeds, which will be a trade-off, but it might benefit gamers more necessarily, then, you know, whatever. We'll just have to wait and really see on a lot of this. But $3,000, my God, how many of you are going out and buying this thing? 250 watt TDP, so not requiring any more power than previous cards like the Titan X Pascal and 1080 Ti. 250 watt TDP is not an obscene amount of power, but yeah, it's definitely no slouch. But all of those specs, as impressive as they are, they just kind of fall to the wayside when you consider the fact that $3,000, who has 3,000 American dollars to go out and buy this thing? I'm not talking about like any sort of like bullshit dollars like Canadian dollars or Australian dollars or like Ugandan dollars. I'm talking about real American dollars here. That's some serious dosh. I don't know who's dropping 3,000 dosh on one of these VOLTA graphics cards. I hope you're not. If you are, let me know down in the comments below, and also when I can expect it to show up at my door, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to be rocking one of these Titan VOLTA cards, but, you know, I'd love to see one tested up against Vegas 64, one of their professional cards, and, you know, kind of see how that all weighs out at the end of the day, as it were. So, yeah, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. Let me know your thoughts on Titan VOLTA down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative in any way, you can leave a like on it. Subscribe, maybe, if you're not already. Kind of in a quirky mood today, so I'm going to go and probably catch you guys on Monday. Ta-ra.